Porque al enseñar, o sea, al enseñar estos idiomas a estos niños les abres puertas.
Penso che sapere conoscere una seconda lingua sia importante perché ci aiuta a conoscere altre culture.
So another language really opens up the world to a child or to an adult in multiple ways.
저희 녀를 거봐래. 그 디마ရောက်တာ 10နှစ်တော့ ရှိပြီဟို10နှစ်မီတော့ဒီမှာရောက်နေတာပါ
With bilingual children as well as adults, if the first language is not as fully developed, you would have kind of like almost like a unicycle where you would have a very small front wheel and a large back wheel. Same thing is true as a lot of people in the bilingual studies would say. If the first language is really extended and developed, but the second language is underdeveloped, what we find is that the child can't go or the learner can't go as quickly. So really the goal in bilingual studies, we've learned that we need to develop both languages well. We need to develop both languages so they're strong in terms of basic communication as well as academic language or the language of the school. And we need to also develop some of those cultural competencies that then really will take that bike or take those language features and allow for the child to be able to interact across different contexts. By immersing children and learners into a meaningful environment where they're engaged in meaningful tasks, that's really the best way for all kids and all learners to really acquire a second, a third, a fourth language.
Experiencia, el aprender idiomas cuando eres pequeño es fundamental. Es bien importante porque, o sea, yo aprendí español e inglés juntos desde que tenía 5 años y fue algo bien natural y no tuve tanto problema. Y ahora los considero los dos mi primer idioma, pero tratando de aprender italiano y thai y todos estos otros idiomas cuando ya soy adulta es tan difícil porque cuando eres pequeño tu cerebro se moldea más y estás absorbiendo, eres una esponja, absorbes todas
un pájaro.
¿Y qué es este color en tu mano?
Azul.
Azul. ¿Por qué estudio español?
Porque me gusta español mucho.
¿Por qué?
¿Por qué?
Sí.
Porque mi mamá es español y mi mamá me gusta español y yo me gusta español también.
I think this program is fantastic because it's helping me help her be who she is, Latina.
I think you should take Spanish because it's a very cool language, and if you want to go, I'm going, so if you would want to, and then you could see me after school.
Well, Indira has, oh my gosh, since a very young age, expressed an aptitude and interest in foreign languages. So every language that she can pick up, she tries to pick up. I will say she comes by it honestly. You know, I come from a different country where different languages, or it was emphasized. You had to learn at least 2, if not 3, foreign languages. In this global society, even more so today than when I was in school, it is so important.
Our primary interactions with other human beings are through language. So it only kind of goes to show that, that children and all learners would acquire languages in relationship.
My name is Moni Kawaguchi. I'm a senior at Ithaca High School and I am learning Chinese for my first time this year. It's because I have so many international friends, and being a part of International Club, I've met so many people from so many different countries that I've never even heard of before. It was kind of crazy, but I'd never even heard of Burma before I joined International Club. Learning a language, it's hard at first, but I feel like in the end it's totally worth it. Being able to talk with the people that you've been friends with, and not only in English, will feel amazing.
My name is Clay Paul, and I'm from Burma. I wasn't speak any English, so it's really difficult when I came to United States. When I'm in school, all I know is I learn more English, and when I go home, I speak my native language because my mom don't speak much English, but I still help her learn, and my dad.
Anytime a student, whether they're ESL or whether they're not, can have something real life in front of them, it makes meaning for them, especially for ESL students, because if they can touch it and see it and do with it whatever needs, whatever we're working on, it makes language acquisition that much easier.
And each child will go through the phases at different rates and different speeds. But what we do know is that if they have that support, if they have support in the native language literacy and in their English language development in the schools, then they'll be able to advance much more quickly. What we say now is that younger is easier, but older is better. And the reason why young children can pick up those languages so quickly is because they kind of don't have a lot of those hang-ups that adults have.
As a teacher assistant, I meet with students who are taking Italian, either level 1 or level 2, 1 hour a week, and we go over what they learned in class. My role is not to teach them. My role is simply to make them repeat. In the first 1 or 2 classes were pretty hard, but once they learned the basics and how to ask me questions in Italian, it became easier. I think that knowing a second language or a third, is important if we want, well, number one, if we want to travel. Number 2, I think that knowing a second language, in my experience, opens people to new experience, opens people to one culture. Oggi torno a casa presto.
So, lei
Verbo essere.
già.
So my name is Cho Nguyen, and I'm a junior studying integrated marketing communication. I work at WBNA market research firm. So my job is a telephone interviewer. My job basically is to read verbatim. So I guess that's not hard, but when people refuse to do the survey or to continue with the conversation and ask you different questions that is not really scripted, then that's when you have to really use your language and then talk to them, and that was difficult for me. Xin chào, tôi có thể nói chuyện với ai đó được không ạ? English is not my first language, so sometimes I still stumble through words. I still it's another language, so it's difficult for me to use it as a native speaker. For me, just learning English creates so many more opportunity.
I think having a second language, and I don't care what it is, does something that goes beyond the standard, and that is, I'm making some assumptions when I say that, but when you talk about a second language, so if I have language skills in Spanish, clearly it's relating to the Spanish culture and speaking abilities, but it's also understanding another culture and society and a part of the bigger world, if you will.
I think they would appreciate it much more if you made an effort to learn their language.
It's an asset, it's a value.
More and more that I've learned it, the more and more I've realized how useful it is to me. I think it really helps out if you, no matter what career you're going.
Porque me gusta español mucho.
It's hard at first, but I feel like in the end it's totally worth it.